Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this exclusive and private VIP broadcast. My name is Darren Little from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and I want to welcome you to Mondays Don't Suck. It's your job. Mondays don't suck, guys. It's your job. Truth be known. And I'm going to share with you on tonight's broadcast. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to sort of open the vault, okay, for you. And I'm going to take you behind the scenes, and I'm going to share with you how I was able to escape corporate America and in a single month make $42,000 online. But here's the catch, all while I was away on vacation. And I'm going to share with you guys, once you fully understand the power of the internet and how easy and simple it is to be able to make a full-time income online with a laptop computer, a Wi-Fi connection, and this puppy right here, which is a smartphone. And it's way easier than you think, guys. Now, if you've come to this broadcast tonight, guess what, guys? Today is Monday, and there's a high probability that you were locked up in traffic on the way to work, and you're locked up in traffic on the way home, because that's the reality that I came from. And I'll tell you, I hated it. I hated waking up to the alarm clock at 5 o'clock in the morning. I hated fighting traffic every day. I hated having to answer to a boss. I hated to have to drive for an hour and a half to get home, stuck in traffic on the freeway. And one day I reached my breaking point, and I said, I will no longer stand for this life any longer. And I'll tell you what happened. It was one of these situations, guys. I was vice president of marketing for a public company. And a lot of times when you're in the upper echelon of management, they basically own your life. Okay. And I'm not kidding you when I tell you that a lot of times I was working 18-hour days, and a lot of times all-nighters all the way through the night to the next day, with sometimes no sleep, sometimes an hour or 2 hours worth of sleep. And then on the weekends as well, I was writing press releases for the public company. And a lot of times I was communicating with the chief executive officer of the company late through the night to write the press release. And when I was going to bed for a couple hours, he was going to bed for a regular sleep, because I had to open up the office in the morning. And one particular day, a cold winter day, I basically only had about an hour and a half or 2 hours worth of sleep. And I was so exhausted from night after night after night, that when my alarm clock went off, guys, I literally didn't even hear it, right? It was probably going off for at least 5 minutes before I even knew that the alarm clock was even going off. That's how tired I was. And I hit the snooze button once, and I hit the snooze button twice, and I hit the snooze button 3 times, and I was calculating how long it was going to take for me to get on the freeway. And I peeled myself out of bed. I got into the shower, and I literally just stood under the shower with hot water dripping on top of me. I could feel the tension back here in the back of my neck, and I just needed a couple more hours of sleep. Just a couple more hours, guys, right? If you can relate to what I'm talking about, when your alarm clock goes off and the only thing that you can think about is, please God, I just need a couple more hours of sleep. So I got out of the shower, and as I was coming into my bedroom, I stubbed my toe so hard on the corner of the bed that I thought I broke my toe, okay? So I get dressed, I put on my suit and tie, I hobble down the stairs, I get into my car, and it's snowing outside, okay? Heavily snowing outside. Probably 8 or 9 inches of snow, and it's a whiteout here in Vancouver. And when it's snowing, nobody can drive, right? It's ridiculous. So the first place that I go to is the drive-through to get the largest coffee that I can possibly get. And as I'm bringing my coffee into my car, it hits the bottom of the window because I didn't, open it fully. The coffee hits the corner, it dumps all over my suit, and I don't have enough time to go home and get changed. So I have to go into work now, totally soaked with coffee. When I get to the underground parkade, it's locked. The power's out. So I got to park on the street now, right? So I go into my office. I get caught up on conference calls for most of the day. When I get outside, wouldn't you know it, I got a parking ticket. And I was just steaming, guys. I was steaming. And as I looked at that parking ticket and I thought about what I was going to, it was like $50 parking ticket. As I'm stepping down onto the road, there's slush for about 6 inches. I step right into the slush, and sure enough, I completely destroy a brand new pair of leather shoes. And I had steam coming out of my ears on that particular day. And my phone rings, and it's a friend of mine, okay? Now, when your friend calls you and he's all happy, you had a day like that, trust me, I'm like, hey, bro, how you doing? He goes, hey, dude, I just had the best month of my life. And I said, what happened? He says, well, I made $75,000 this month. And I said, really? What'd you do? Do you sell a piece of real estate? He says, well, it gets a little bit better, Darren. I did it all while I was away on vacation. And it's literally like somebody took an arrow, it went right through me because I was done, guys. I was done. And that was my breaking point. I drew a line in the sand and I said, I will no longer stand for this life any longer. And I knew that my gateway was right here on the internet, guys. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I didn't have any tech skills at all. I never knew how to type. I never took computers in school. I had zero tech skills when I first started. In fact, I still type with 2 fingers as a chicken pecker typer, okay? So truth be known, no matter what skill level that you have, as long as you have a laptop, you can type basically, even like this, right? And you have a Wi-Fi connection and one of these, I can show you how to make a fortune on the internet where you literally can make money on demand, okay? On demand from anywhere in the world, anywhere that you have a laptop, anywhere that you have a Wi-Fi, and anywhere that you have one of these puppies right here, a smartphone. And once I learned this formula, guys, it completely, totally changed my life. So what I want to do here is I want to share with you some of the strategies, and I want for you to understand whether or not you're currently in the home-based business industry, the network marketing business model, direct sales, MLM, affiliate marketing, online marketing, or you could be just over here in corporate America looking for an exit strategy, looking for a way out, okay? So either or, you may already be in the industry or you may be in corporate America looking for a way out. So what I'm going to do on tonight's broadcast is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to take you a little bit behind the scenes so you can understand more about the business model, how it works, why it works, the psychology behind it, who's the buyer, who's the target market, and what you need to do to literally start popping $1,000 commissions, guys, like fireworks on the 4th of July, okay? No joke. There's some months where I've generated as much as $165,000 in a 30-day period of time using the strategies that I'm going to show you on tonight's broadcast. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen and we are going to go live. Okay, guys, so here we are right here. Mondays don't suck. It's your job. This is the broadcast to share with you how I was able to escape corporate America and make $42,000 in a single month, all while I was away on vacation. Now, have no fear, the MLM superhero is here. That is sort of my handle on the internet, guys. People call me the MLM superhero. You know, it's all really about personal branding, and I'm going to share with you more about that as we progress through this particular broadcast. That's me right there with my son, Darren. He is now 19 years old. He just turned 19. And I'm going to share with you proven money-making secrets that most seven-figure income earners do not want you to know, okay? They do not want you to know these secrets. Now, why is that? Because the moment that they share the secrets with you, they're literally they're creating competitors against themselves. Now, this is the exact formula, guys, that I personally used to be able to turn Facebook into my personal ATM machine and much, much more. Now, these strategies that you're going to learn, they've allowed me to make as much as $165,058.87 in a 30-day period of time. But here's the catch, guys. I didn't spend a single penny on paid ads. So that was completely all profit. I just used the power of Facebook. And if you're here on tonight's broadcast, you either found out about it on Facebook or you found out about it in an email that probably started on Facebook that went back to the email list and then back out to the broadcast. Now, if you stick around to the end of the broadcast, I'm going to give you a copy of my training manual, and it's valued at $197 plus a special surprise bonus that I have never offered before. Now, I can tell you that if you're already in this industry, this training manual will literally save you at least 3 to 5 years of frustration and struggle in the industry. So you definitely want to stick around for that. Now, who exactly am I and why should you listen to me? Well, I'm a father of one son. Like I said, that's my son, Darren. I'm what you would call a serial entrepreneur, guys. I have been an entrepreneur since my early 20s, and I've launched more than 40 different products and services into the marketplace. Some of them were private, some of them were public, some of them were in our industry, online or offline. I've raised tens of millions of dollars in venture capital, and I made my first $1 million actually when I was 35, and it was a multiple seven-figure year for me. In fact, it was almost a $4 million year for me at the age of 35. I have coached and trained thousands and thousands of people, both online and offline, to multiple six figures and as high as 7 figures in a single year. Now, truth be known, guys, I came from very, very humble beginnings. I started with absolutely zero tech skills. I didn't know anything what I was doing. I still type with 2 fingers to this day as a chicken pecker typer, but I used what's called the Henry Ford model. So anything that I didn't know how to do, I just outsourced it. So any talent or skill that I had not mastered, whether or not it was tech skills or graphic design, I just outsourced those particular jobs that I needed as the CEO, and I just delegated the responsibility. Now, truthfully, the secret to my success was getting millionaire mentors at a very, very young age that put me on the fast track, and also truly just being coachable and taking massive action. And the number one most important thing was never giving up. One of my millionaire mentors, my very first millionaire mentor, he said, Darren, just be coachable. Just follow exactly what I tell you to do. And luckily I followed the bouncing ball, and it's completely, totally changed every aspect of my life. Now, you may or may not know this, guys, but you may recognize some of these companies, whether it's Organo Gold or Isogenics, Herbalife, New Skin, Primerica, Amway. Did you know that only 0.1% of the entire industry earns more than $400 a month? 0.1%, guys. It's not a big number. Now, what is the difference with the 7-figure model? Here is what is possible with the 7-figure formula. Now, this is actually a screen capture from my PayPal back office. And you can see when I rolled out a campaign in a period of 5 days, okay, 5 days on Facebook, I generated $24,288.37. Now, if you look at some of those numbers, you can see starting at the bottom, there's a day that was a 2,600. There's a bunch of 1,300s, another 2,600. 13, 12, 1900, 13, 13, 12, 13. So once you learn the strategies, you can pretty much make however much money that you want. But the key here, truly, guys, is you have to provide value to the marketplace. Okay, it's very important. Here's another 4-day period of time where I made $36,951.41 in the period of 4 days. Those are actual screenshots from my PayPal back office where I'm transferring money to my bank account. Now, here's a 14-hour period of time where I made $17,547.77. Now, you can see some of those days were 5,900, right? 3,400, 5,900, right? So it is very possible. Now, some of the biggest challenges within our particular industry is that people are typically told to make a list of their friends and family. We don't do that, guys. So don't worry, you're not going to have to do that, right? We teach people how to build a business without having to harass their friends and family. But if you've been in a couple companies before, you probably get a queasy feeling in your stomach when somebody says to make a list of your top 200, right? We don't do that. People hate harassing their friends and family. And it's terrible when it's a Friday night and you just want to go to a movie and nobody will answer their phone. Literally, nobody will answer their phone because they think that you're calling them to pitch them on your business. So it's a huge pain point of our marketplace. The other thing is people don't like getting rejected. We teach people how to build a business without any rejection at all. There's no rejection. Also, they don't have any marketing budgets to properly run their business. Now, people typically hire myself and my business partner because they want to make 7 figures and beyond. So when I say a proper marketing budget, I put $10,000 a month there because most people think about that as the money that they want to make versus the money they want to spend to get to 7 figures. The other thing is they don't have enough capital to purchase their high ticket products. So a lot of companies have products that are between $5,000 and $100,000 when it gets up into the high ticket. You probably have seen some of the companies that were high ticket companies over this last couple of years. But truth be known, there's not very many companies that really provide the value to the buyer. So it's a problem because they end up getting a lot of chargebacks and they end up having problems with the Federal Trade Commission. Now, the other problem is that people just simply don't know how to generate leads to have a steady stream of qualified buyers looking at their business opportunity daily. And that's probably one of the biggest challenges in our particular type of industry, whether it's online marketing, affiliate marketing, MLM, network marketing. They're similar type of business models. And if you don't know how to generate leads, you have a problem with your business. The other thing is that even if I was to give somebody 20,000 leads, they wouldn't even know what to do with them. They wouldn't know how to actually close or upsell those people because they're coming from the wrong, what's called polarity. They're trying to pitch or convince their buyer that they have something that the buyer needs when they don't even know what the buyer wants. So you have to understand about polarity in the event that you're going to make a lot of money. The other thing that they don't know how to do is to get any team duplication because they don't have any success themselves. They typically don't become the attractor factor, so nobody wants to join their business because they're not having any success themselves. We show you how to actually get around that so that you can not only have success yourself coming right out of the gate, but you can also get explosive team duplication. They also don't know how to market so that they will become what's called the attractor factor, so that they have incoming inquiries and people messaging them about their business or emailing them or calling them. Incoming inquiries are a lot better than having to go out do an outreach program. Now, it's very important that you understand the actual target market. This right here would be all of the North American population, okay? Now, the green section is the personal development industry. And the home-based business industry, guys, just so you know, is a little tiny sliver within the personal development industry. So we're truly on the path of personal development, leadership, and peak performance. And if you look at all of the market in general, it's roughly about 1 in 10 that are on the path of peak performance. It's 1 in 10 that are on the path of personal development. Now, the next thing is really about target marketing. So the pink area represents that 97% of all those people, all those qualified buyers, guys, are actually failing, right? So it's very easy. It's a multi-billion dollar industry. And once you understand about target marketing and targeting the people and targeting their pain, there's tons of people that want to be able to learn the 7-figure secrets, right? There's only really about 3% right now in the home-based business industry that are having any type of success at all. Like I was mentioning, 0.1% are making $400 a month or more. So how is it possible for us to be able to get such high numbers? This is the reason why, guys, because we understand this principle right here. There's 2 things that every single entrepreneur needs in order to be successful in any business. It doesn't matter if you've got a restaurant, a nightclub, a hotel, if you're a realtor, a mortgage broker, an insurance agent in the automotive industry, you have to have these 2 things. And if you don't have them, your company will go bankrupt. The first thing that you need is a steady stream of leads for the business. Even if you've got a retail store, you have to have a steady stream of leads, okay? Very important. The other thing that you need is more cash flow to be able to run your operations. So that means the lease of your space, your staffing costs, your overhead, your inventory. If you've got a restaurant, it will be your food costs, your marketing and advertising costs. That all takes cash flow, guys. And if you cut off the leads and if you cut off the cash flow, the business will go bankrupt. So what is the answer? The fastest way to be able to master these skills, truthfully, is with a millionaire mentor. And they actually sort of use this concept in the restaurant industry, and they call it shadowing. You shadow another waiter or you shadow a waitress to learn the skills, to learn what they do, to be able to master the skills yourself. So if you've ever worked in the restaurant industry as a waiter or waitress, or even a bartender, they use a very similar formula of teaching and training a new person that just got a job at the location. Now, here's what most people do, okay? If you're in this industry, this is what most people do. So they have their primary business on the front, okay? And in the event that they're dealing with high-ticket products, they typically go into debt. This is called a debt model. So they go into debt, they invest their own money to buy the products and the training. Now, when you're talking about the high-ticket products that are $10,000 to $100,000, they typically will use all their savings account, or they max out their credit cards, or a combination of both of those things. So here's what happens. They've got no money. So they're forced to have to learn free strategies. The challenge with it, especially if you don't have a mentor to show you what to do, they don't tell you that it's going to take between 2 and 4 years of learning curve if you don't have a millionaire mentor. Plus, you have to risk more of your personal capital. So you typically have an auto ship that comes out every month, and the companies, most of these companies want you to go to 4 different corporate events per year. Now, each one of those events could cost you anywhere from $2,500 to $3,500 plus your monthly auto ship. So if you start looking at the costs between over 2 to 4 years, that person is going further and further and further into debt, down the rabbit hole. And most people, unfortunately, never make it here. The ideal thing that would be that you could make money and then reinvest it back into the business. But unfortunately, most people never even get here. Okay. And it's very, very sad when we watch people marketing this way, because it's literally like the stairway to bankruptcy. No joke, guys. Okay. This is not what we do. Okay. This is not what the 7-figure income earners do. So the 7-figure formula that we do is we show you how to turn Facebook into your personal ATM machine. So you typically have something on the front end, okay, that's going to target every single one of the entrepreneurial business that's kind of more generic. Okay, so it's not in any specific vertical like weight loss or skincare or nutraceuticals or energy drinks. It's not in a vertical, but it will help every one of the verticals. So it has to be something that's going to help the people to either generate more leads or generate more cash flow for whatever type of business that they're in. Now, the 7-figure model is different, because when you work today, you get paid in real time the exact same day that you make a sale. So unlike conventional companies where you might be waiting for your money for 6 weeks, I've waited as long as 3 months before for a paycheck. Sometimes they never even pay, right? The thing about the 7-figure model is that that thing on the front end is going to pay you in real time. The moment that you make the sale, that's where you see those transactions coming into my PayPal account. That is real time. That is real time cash flow, guys. And that is the difference. So here's what happens. That front end funding mechanism is now going to pay for your ad campaign. It's going to pay for your high ticket products. It's going to pay for your event tickets and your airfare and your accommodations. As your business starts to expand, it's very easy to scale up the front end with the funding mechanism to raise the money. And I call this the OPM model, right? It's the Donald Trump model or the Robert Kiyosaki model, and that's other people's money. They use this particular formula a lot with public companies when people move into raising venture capital. And this is as close to that similar type of formula that you can get to be able to fund your vision, to fund your dream, to fund whatever it is that your business is. So when myself and my business partner rolled this particular model out the very first time, between the two of us in a 35-day period of time, we were able to generate $240,000 in real time, in cash, in our bank. Okay, so it's very, very possible. This is the right way to build your business. Now, after that, what happens is that you end up with multiple revenue streams. So typically, once my students learn this model, by the end of their first year, most of them have between 5 and 10 different streams of income. And if you're with an affiliate company, you'll find that once you learn this formula, you'll rise to the top of the leaderboards in record time. In fact, I trained a brand new person, brand new newbie, and once she got through the training, she did a rollout herself, and she went up to the very #1 spot multiple times on the leaderboards as a brand new person, okay? So it doesn't matter what experience that you have, as long as you're coachable. That's really the key. So what's the secret? What is the secret? What we do is we typically look for pre-made products, okay? That means that we don't have to build a website. We don't have to go create anything. We don't have to create any information, but they're typically products that are going to target the masses in any company, okay? Weight loss, skincare, nutraceuticals, legal, energy drinks, credit repair, any company where you can purchase the reseller rights of the product, and then you make 100% of the sale price of the product the same day. it's kind of like you're becoming the vendor. So you purchase the reseller rights, and now when you sell the product, 100% of that money comes back to you, and that creates your funding mechanism to fund your whole business. Now, this allows you to fund your entire marketing campaign, plus it allows you to build your list of buyers for free at a profit and raise the money for your high-ticket product purchases or your multiple income streams. Now, keep in mind, we have realtors that use this same formula if they want to raise the money to get a down payment on a house. Or somebody says, Darren, I want to sail around the world with my wife. I can show them how they can roll out this strategy and raise the money to be able to buy the sailboat or take a trip around the world or fund their marketing campaign with however much money they want, or fund the money so that they can hire staff to be able to expand the business. Now, here's the cool thing. You market these products on the front end before your primary business, okay? Whatever primary business that you're in, whatever industry that you're in, realtor, mortgage broker, insurance agent, automotive industry, doesn't matter. This formula works for anything. And your vision, whatever it is you want, guys, that's on the back end. So you market this on the front end. It builds your list of buyers. It creates your cash flow and your funding mechanism so that you can actually launch a proper business with a real budget. Now, the cool thing is that you start popping $1,000 commissions daily. Now, this right now is one of the products that we personally use. This is one of the 7-figure formula products, and it's called the Genesis Educational Library. And it is packed, guys, with so much value, which I'm going to show you. And then I'm going to show you how we actually use it to create that front-end funding mechanism. So it's to purchase the reseller rights, it's $99 per quarter or $299 per year. And then the product is $1,000. There's like $50 for PayPal transaction fees, but that now allows you to start generating $1,000 commissions. Now, here's the power of this, guys, okay? I call this a mass market, mass appeal product. So if you look at the information that's in here, it will really target anything, any type of business. Internet marketing in an hour a day, email list secrets, big business blueprint, Facebook Live blueprint. Facebook Lives right now, you may have actually seen me on a Facebook Live, and maybe that's why you're here tonight. Right now, one of the things that's really a hot topic in the market is cryptocurrency. There's something on cryptocurrency secrets. The big ticket machine, 10K, just so you know, is the most common number that people think about when you say, what's your vision? How much money do you want to make per month? The majority of people are looking for a $10,000 monthly income. So there's the 10K blueprint. There's list building. You want to be able to understand how to build a list of qualified buyers and then eventually move into automation, right? Which is one of the strategies that I teach. Evergreen is actually a software that allows you to automate your business. There's modern email marketing, lead book generator, the power of execution, Bitcoin profit secrets, free business videos. And then we really move into the personal development, the true cause of all achievement, the power of your core desires, smart wealth building, the conquering force within you. Now, some people that are already in a network marketing company, maybe they're not in real estate, maybe they just have a network marketing company. How to make 100K plus in network marketing. Webinars, in my opinion, are one of the big ways that you can expand your business globally. And I'm going to show you how I used a webinar strategy to be able to create a clone of myself prior to me going on my vacation. And then I marketed my clone on Facebook and emailing my list to turn it into cash flow. It's a great, great strategy. Social media income, the warrior mindset, overcoming excuses, $1 million copy. Copy, guys, just so you know, that's the email type or the things that you write on your Facebook wall. You really, when you master copywriting, you can really take people through and change their emotional state and get them to become a buyer by clicking on a link. Different internet business models, how to use webinars for your business, the power of focus, wealth creation blueprint, and push button podcasting. Now, this is where there's actually a huge amount of value in this particular product. This is called the Legends Interview Series. And some of these people on here are multiple seven-figure income earners and actually eight-figure income earners. I was actually very lucky to be chosen for this particular vault of interviews. But you might recognize some of these other people like Ray Higdon. You think he's made about $12 million. Todd Falcone, Tracy Walker made a couple $1 million in Empower Network. Jeff Mills, phenomenal marketer as well. James Starr focuses on traffic. Evan Clausen is a great friend of mine. He's also an Amazon best-selling author as well, besides myself. And when you listen to these top income earners, guys, it shifts your mindset. Doesn't matter what industry you're in. I'm just talking about being an entrepreneur because it's a different type of mindset. Remember that as an entrepreneur, you're the CEO. You're the person that's running the business. You're the person that's delegating. You're the person that decides when an event is or what you're going to do during the day. So it's important to be able to get into the right type of mindset with the 7- and 8-figure income earners. Now, there's really only 5 things that you need to be able to make a full-time income working on a part-time basis. Now, I want you to realize that the average person in North America, they only make between $3,000 and $5,000 a month right now. And a lot of times that's even combined household income between the husband and the wife. So the first thing that you need is a high converting sales funnel or an offer, something that you're going to market or sell. Then you need traffic or eyeballs onto that offer. And those particular traffic or eyeballs are going to be people that are obviously interested, that are coming to take a look at what the offer is. And then what's called an autoresponder. So you don't have to actually be sitting behind your computer answering every email. Once somebody fills out an opt-in form, the autoresponder is going to automatically send out a welcome email. And then in the autoresponder, you can say, okay, I want this email to go out on day 2, day 5, day 7, day 9, day 10, and it just goes out automatically. An autoresponder, truly, guys, is what gives you the power of freedom to be able to get your business in front of people without even having to harass them, right? A lot of the sales that I do happen just from an email going to an opt-in and somebody just buys a product. Or I send out one of my clones after I've done a webinar broadcast, similar like this one, and the webinar gives them value, and value truly is what builds trust and rapport with your buyer, just so that you know. Now, also, you need a millionaire mentor to be able to show you exactly what to do. That's the shadow technique that I was talking about the waiters and the waitresses or the bartenders. And if you've been in that industry, you've probably been through it yourself, even if it was when you were just growing up or through your teens or going into your early 20s. A lot of people, you know, they work at a restaurant or something part-time for a little cash during high school or whatever, after the fact, bussing tables or waitering once they graduate. And it's the same type of formula, the shadowing technique. The most important thing, guys, is that right there. You have to provide value as a leader that helps people to solve their pain, okay? And this is where the millionaire mentoring comes in a really important thing, because a millionaire mentor can show you what is value. How do you help your buyer to solve their pain? And obviously, it's going to depend on who's your target market, right? So a realtor obviously is going to have a different target market than somebody that's selling weight loss products. But you have to understand how to be able to attract your buyer so that you become the attractor factor. And that's what we teach. Now, I put this together so that you can really understand what a sales funnel actually looks like. So a sales funnel typically has something of value. The something of value is typically free. right? That's going to build a list of qualified buyers, and it typically is going to solve some sort of pain point of your buyer. So in other words, if people are in our particular business model, like network marketing or MLM or direct sales, they don't want to harass their friends and family. So in the event that you have either a PDF file or a video or something of value that can help them to show them how to build a business without having to harass their friends and family, that's going to start to build your list of buyers, right? Those are people that are already sold on the business model itself. Now, typically on the front end, it's going to be something that's going to help people generate leads, make more sales, right? Or recruit reps if they're in an MLM or affiliate marketing company where they get an override. And that's typically something that's going to be under $100, okay? It's important that it's under the $100 price point because you typically don't have to talk to those people. The sales page will do the sales for you, or the video will do the sales for you. Then you've got your autoresponder campaign that does all the automated follow-up. And it's like having multiple touches with your buyer. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but typically in any type of relationship, it typically takes between 5 and 12 connections or exposures to enroll somebody or sell a product. That's why social media is so important. That's why Facebook Lives, because they start to share your personality, or YouTube videos are great. But this is a great strategy combined with the autoresponder. So social media to your lead cap, and then your autoresponder goes out to get the touches. Now, we typically, what we teach is showing people how to provide content or leadership value in a Facebook group. This is a free strategy. It's a great way to generate leads. I've got one Facebook group that has about 5,500 people in it. I didn't spend any money on that. I've got another group that's got close to 2,000 people in it. I've got another group that's got about 800 people in it. Those are all qualified buyers, guys. And that's what you got to understand about providing value to your buyer. That's how you build trust and rapport with your buyer. And now once you do that, now you've got your list, you've built your list, you're building a relationship in the Facebook group. Now you can actually have one or even more primary businesses on the back end. And this is why you'll see a lot of online marketers, once they have their list, they can now monetize the list with different offers, because not every offer is going to cater to every particular buyer, right? And that's the power, and that's how you end up with multiple streams of income. And truth be known, once you learn this formula, you can rise to the top of the leaderboards, guys. I'm talking in record time, okay? In record time. It will shock you how fast. I actually just did a campaign, and in less than 30 days, I brought in like 279 people and built an organization of over 4,000 just from using this particular model right here. Okay, so it's very, very powerful. Now, how do you get eyeballs onto your offer? How do you get people to get to the lead capture page? Well, you need something that's called a lead magnet. The lead magnet is going to solve the pain of your buyer, and then the copy that you write or the words that you write that are on social media are going to get their attention to want to click to go over to your lead capture page. And that can go on your wall, it can go into your groups, and you can also email your list, right? Your list of qualified buyers. Now, those are free strategies. The things that I just told you, those are all free. Facebook is free. The Facebook groups are free. The email list comes from the Facebook group. Or you can also speed that up a little bit with paid strategies like Facebook ads, solo ads, which is like piggybacking off of somebody else's list, right? To get a bunch of buyers in the list fast. And then you can also do things like Bing ads, Google ads, right? There's all sorts of different things, banner ads, right? But we typically like to show people how to master the free strategies first, using the 7-figure formula. Then they can get a budget together with the ATM machine on the front, and then they can move into paid strategies after that. Now, you can also do a combination of both free strategies and paid strategies. My business partner is more towards the paid strategies. He has a company that does a lot of traffic and clicks. I'm more on the side of providing value, doing millionaire mentoring, and putting out good quality content in mindset, personal development, leadership, peak performance, and really helping people to step into their power and step into their greatness. Really important though, value, value, and more value. Now, this is what this last sort of week looked like. So I did a 1-week campaign on Facebook, right? And I emailed my list. And then this, what we're doing right now, would be called a launch event. Now, what's the purpose of a launch event? A launch event is going to create a clone of you so that you can actually be doing automated presentations after the fact just by emailing it out to your list. So then what did I do? So if you look at last year, on the 3rd of, I think it was 3rd of February, I did my launch, okay? So the week prior to that, I did my campaign. And then right after that, I took off to Maui. I went on a holiday, right? I went for 2.5 weeks. My parents go to Maui for between 3 and 6 months every year. And I typically go every December and spend, 2.5 weeks with them. This December, I'm actually going to go for the entire month of December. But then while I'm away, I just send my clone to do the work, okay? So I send my clone out to my email list. I post my clone on my wall. I put my clone in my personal development groups or any chat groups that I have on Facebook. And once I can see that it's actually converting, so it's turning into cash flow, then you can actually scale up the campaign with paid traffic. This model right here, guys, I'm telling you, once you learn how to do this, this is freedom right here. In fact, while I was away in Maui, there was some days where I was sitting by the pool. You can see me there sitting by the pool, and it had a great view of the ocean, right? Overlooking the whole ocean. And there was some days sitting by poolside that I did $9,000 in sales while I was getting a tan, right? Other days I was on the golf course with my parents and I did $6,000 in sales while I was golfing, okay? Now, how did I do that? I did it with this particular business model using a clone, okay? So here's the goal when I roll out a launch. My goal is to be able to get 200 people to register. It typically means that there's going to be a 50% show rate. Okay, so that means that I would be at 100. And the goal is a 10% closing ratio from the 200. Okay, so here's what happened. The results was that there was 22 commissions on that particular campaign that came in, $1,500 US each. That was $33,000 US or 42,900 Canadian dollars. And guess who did the work? My clone did the work, guys. So all of the work was typically on the first week, rolling out my campaign, a couple posts here, a couple emails, and then doing my launch, and now emailing my clone out to my list. Once you master this, you have freedom, guys. And I'm telling you, it is phenomenal when you wake up to money, when you wake up to commissions. It's completely life-changing. When it happens for you one time, your mind will completely expand as to the possibilities of making money. Now, truthfully, guys, I've been an entrepreneur here for over 30 years myself, and I will tell you that 95% of your success or failure is going to be all in your mind, okay? It's all in your mind. And whatever you believe to be true will be true for you. Whatever you believe. If you believe it's hard, it'll be hard. If you believe it's easy, it'll be super easy, right? The question is, what do you believe? That is really what it comes down to. Now, what I tell people, it's the same thing that my millionaire mentor said to me. He said, Darren, surrender your pride, surrender your ego, and just be coachable. Most people, they try and wing it. They don't know what to do. They guess, they buy a product or they buy traffic. They're literally just gambling with their money. A millionaire mentor shows you it's kind of like walking behind a minesweeper that's going across a minefield. So if you're walking behind the minesweeper and the minesweeper says, no, don't step there, don't step there, right? Now you can not have to get your legs blown off, basically, right? So that I did the exact same thing that my millionaire mentor said to me, and it's the same thing that I say to my students, is just be coachable. Now, let me ask you a question. Would you be okay with this type of lifestyle right here? Because that's going to be my lifestyle for the next month in December. I'm leaving on the 1st of December till about the 2nd of January. And imagine what it would be like if you had created a clone like I just talked about, and you just sent the clone out, and then you went to the beach, okay? And in the event that you have a list of qualified buyers, they're going to be now opening the email, clicking a link, and your clone is going to be doing the work. So you're actually, in essence, going to be building rapport with people while you're on the beach, not you, your clone. You're going to be providing value to your buyer, not you, your clone is. And when you get back, a lot of times there's sales that have already shown up from when you've been on the beach. It's phenomenal, guys. What if? This is the question. These two words will completely change your life, okay? No joke, guys. This is what put the group KISS on the map, okay? What if? What if you no longer had any credit card debt at all? What if you no longer had any mortgage payments? What if you no longer had any car payments? What if you no longer had to worry about paying your bills, okay? You knew that your bills were paid way ahead of the month or the next month or the next month after that. What if you no longer had to set your alarm clock? That there was my number one goal. That's what drove me to become an entrepreneur online, is that I just needed a couple more hours sleep, guys. That was my breaking point. What if you could go to bed whenever you felt tired and get up whenever you felt rested? Because that is what got me into online marketing myself, personally. What if you no longer had to deal with traffic every day? What if you no longer had a boss telling you what to do? What if you could travel the world anytime you wanted, from wherever, however long you wanted, and really enjoy life, guys? Life was not meant to suffer, trust me. What if you no longer had to look at prices on a menu and you could spend more time with your family and the people that you loved? That is our industry, guys. And I want to share with you, these are people that were literally down and out, okay? This is a couple, they've been in Millionaire Mentoring now for 2 years. Jennifer and Jose, they went from an eviction notice. They had 2 days without water, and the first year they made 100 grand. And now the year after that, now they own their own advertising agency, and they're now working on closing 7-figure contracts. That is what is possible. And that is only in 24 months, okay? And they were literally, when they called me, they were on the verge of being homeless with 6 children, okay? So people say, I can't do it because I don't have kids. Well, these guys have 6 kids, okay? Here's a great story about a realtor, Emily Ching. She made an extra $170,000 in real estate commissions over about an 18-month period of time with Millionaire Mentoring. She now teaches other realtors how to master social media. And she was actually just written up in a magazine about relationship selling, on how to use content to build relationships. And they actually did a feature article about her, because right before that, guys, she was out buying leads and doing the things that realtors normally do, the fridge magnets and the notepads and all that stuff. And once she learned the model of value, providing value to your buyer, her whole career completely changed. This is a great story as well. Danny Joshi, when he met me, was $50,000 in debt. His very first year, he made 140 grand online in 12 months. He's only about 24 years old, guys, just to give you an idea. So age does not matter here. Truth is, age doesn't matter, but mindset does matter, okay? Remember that. Your age doesn't matter, but your mindset matters. This is another great story. Charlene Savage, single mother, living on her credit cards. She was literally paying interest just to eat, okay? One son, She made $175,000 in 12 months in Millionaire Mentoring, and she's now closing $50,000 and $100,000 deals. And she wrote her own book. She's now a public speaker. Her life literally transformed in Millionaire Mentoring. This is another great story. Billy Innelis, he was washing cars, okay? He got down and out. He was buying traffic and buying high-ticket products. He used up all his money. He went into the proper seven-figure model, which is the funding mechanism, and he went from washing cars to making an extra $140,000 in 12 months in Millionaire Mentoring. And now he's actually launched his own product, okay, called the Seven Figure Minds, where he interviews 7- and 8-figure income earners. Now, I want you guys to think about this for a second here, this particular story. Think about the amount of personal growth that Billy went from washing cars to interviewing 7- and 8-figure income earners and launching his own product. That's what I'm talking about the power of personal development, guys. And mindset is your number one most important tool. Mindset, that is going to be 95% of your business. Mindset. Great story, Jay Alfredo. He was he's from Mexico. He was making $160 a month working full-time, okay, in Mexico. And a lot of people say, well, Darren, I don't have the money. Here's a guy that was only making $160 a month, full-time, guys, working a full-time job. And now he's made $100,000 in timeshare sales, plus he has multiple income streams online. He is literally living like a king now in Mexico, okay? This is the power, guys. He's only about 27 years old, okay? Gives you an idea of what's possible. This is actually a story that's quite close to my heart. My son, Drayson Little, I actually taught him when he was 16 how to do some of these strategies. In his very first 2 weeks, he made over $2,000 on the internet. And he actually called me about a month ago and he said, Dad, I followed your model that you do. He actually got involved with some stuff with Shopify. And in 10 days, he made $4,000 US. Okay, now keep in mind, he goes to university full-time, okay, full-time, and he's a top student. So he focuses on his school, but he was still able to make $4,000 in 10 days. Now, guys, what if I was to do this? What if I taught you how to build a business without ever having to harass a single friend and family ever again? What if I showed you how to get people to say yes to whatever it is that you're selling? Doesn't matter what you're selling, okay? Real estate, mortgage broker, insurance, automotive, doesn't matter. Weight loss, skincare. What if I could show you how to get people to say yes to your offer and how to leverage the power of outsourcing for pennies on the dollar, like what I did, the Henry Ford model. This is powerful, guys, once you understand how to really be a CEO of a business. What if I showed you how to position yourself in the industry as an authority expert that people want to follow? That's how you become the attractor factor, guys. What if I was to show you how I personally recruited 257 people, built a downline of 2,618 people in less than 30 days, and that organization turned into over 4,500 people in one business alone? What if I was to show you how to make commissions while you're actually sleeping, right? I showed you a little bit of the clone model, but once you implement it and you send out an email before you go to sleep, you can actually make money while you're sleeping. And I've had days, guys, just so you know, where I've woken up to having a $20,000 day, okay? Woken up to having a $20,000 day. What if I was to teach you how to become the attractor factor? So people literally lined up with credit card in hand wanting to join your business. Any business, guys. Doesn't matter what you're in, okay? We got people from every vertical that you can imagine that go through Millionaire Mentoring. What if I was to show you how to generate unlimited leads for free for any business, okay? Any business using social media. What if I was to show you how to get explosive team duplication with both free strategies and paid strategies? And what if I was to show you how to create the right type of engaging Facebook contact that creates a huge amount of interaction, right? And that's really the key. relationships, guys. And Facebook is a great way to chat with people without actually talking to them, just with your content, right? It's very, very powerful once you learn it. What if I taught you how to recruit reps into any business in 6 to 45 minutes? I actually just had somebody email me 2 days ago, okay, 25 years old. He was actually recruiting people into a door-to-door sales company. And he sent me a message saying, Darren, I just want to say thank you for your training. He's already done $2 million in sales. And as he was doing the sales, they put him as VP of sales for VP of sales and marketing. And he now gets an opportunity to buy into the company, right? And he told me that if he was to get a buyout right now, it would be 10 million, okay? And this is the power, guys, of learning these strategies of leadership, right? Leadership. What if I gave you access to a private Facebook group filled with tons more marketing secrets? Now, here's what you'll get, guys, okay? Here's what you'll get. The Exodus Elite Genesis product library, that is your funding mechanism. That's what creates your $1,000 commissions. That's $1,349. You'll also get top recruiters training. This is a training that went completely viral on the internet. And you know, sometimes the thing that you do, you tell somebody, look, nobody can have access to this, right? And you know, it ends up going viral. That's what happened. I was like, you know, it was actually something. It was a top secret training, a millionaire mentoring training that I did. It was extremely powerful, and people literally started handing it out like candy at a trade show because it was so powerful. What if I gave you my actual traffic that I personally use, right, to be able to get conversions, right? That's another $997 value. All of my contacts that I personally use, my graphic artists, my copywriters, my tech team, all that stuff, and that can save you tens of thousands of dollars. And then I gave you access to a 7-figure secrets Facebook group that is literally jam-packed with so much value that we have people that have as young as 17, guys, 17 years old, that did $35,000 in sales in their very first month, okay? So the total value is $20,343. And I can tell you that this is life-changing content, guys, life-changing. And it really gives you the keys to universal abundance, the keys to be able to walk away from corporate America, right? Now, what I do as a sort of a special thing so that people can actually see a lot of these strategies happening live, okay? That's the shadowing effect that I was telling you. I'm going to be hosting a 3-hour Super Saturday, right? I typically either do them on Saturday or Sunday. I'll send out an email to see which route that we go, if it's going to be Saturday or Sunday. But that is a $3,000 additional bonus where you're actually on a live broadcast with me and you're looking over my shoulder as I'm showing you these strategies live, guys. And that right there, in my opinion, is the way that you can really 10x the process of your liftoff to get you into the money the fastest. Now, you can get started now to start popping $1,000 commissions daily, and it's a $23,343 value, okay? And quite frankly, guys, when you look at the fact that people will spend $25,000 to $150,000 on a university degree, and they're not even guaranteed they're going to get a job after they're done, that whole business model, quite frankly, with our school system and everything else, the kids should be able to make $1 million when they get out of elementary or like high school, right? If they were properly taught as they were growing up. They're in the best learning time of their life, right? But the good news is tonight, you do not have to pay that, okay? In fact, you're not going to have to pay 20 grand, 15 grand, 10,000, 5,000, even 2,500, guys. Because our true goal as millionaire mentors is we want to get you into freedom, guys. That is our goal. I don't have any debt. I don't have a mortgage. I don't have car payments. I don't have any of that. I don't have credit card payments, right? I can literally get up and do whatever I want, whenever I want. And that is my goal. That is my mission on this planet, to be able to help other people get that type of freedom. So because you came to this broadcast tonight, guys, tonight, you can get it for only $1,349. And quite frankly, it is literally a giveaway. No, I'm not kidding you when I tell you that. This information is completely transformational, okay? But I can only take a limited number of people. And I can tell you, when I roll out these campaigns, these spots go super fast, okay? Because these people I take under my wing, they go and they see me do it live. They get plugged into all of the Facebook content and everything that we have. And once those spots are gone, guys, the shopping cart's down and we are shut, okay? So if you're really, truly serious and you came here tonight because you're either in a state of transition, or you've reached a breaking point in your life, or you're in a combination of both, all I can tell you is that if I can take a 17-year-old child to $35,000 his very first month in business, why not you? Why not you? Think about it. Why not you? If a 17-year-old kid could do it, if my son could do it at 19 years old, we have people from all walks of life, guys, all walks of life. The single mother, the family that was almost homeless, everybody that you can think of that's been through this program. It's phenomenal. Now, if you want to really start popping the $1,000 commissions and learn that ATM model that we taught about to fund anything, guys, think about this. In 35 days, me and my business partner earned $240,000 in the bank, guys, in the bank in 35 days. That's the power of this. That's the power of this. This is an example. That is a campaign that I rolled out. That's one of my PayPal accounts, $521,820, okay? We are in this for the people, guys, for the people. Because what if that happened for you? What if that could happen for you and your family, okay? Because a lot of people, they can't even comprehend some of those numbers. And that's what we want you to be able to experience. Now, the first group to the deadline for activation is actually going to be Sunday, November 11th, okay? Sunday, November 11th at midnight Pacific, okay? That is the cutoff time. So between now and Sunday, you want to click that link below, right? There's only 50 spots that are going to be available for this particular rollout, okay? So what are your options? The first option is you can say, you know what, Darren, I'm not interested. Thanks, but no thanks. I appreciate your time. I wish you the best of success finding whatever you want. I can tell you that Millionaire Mentoring, truthfully, is the gateway. But if it's not a fit for you, no problem. The second option is you can take a test drive to get more of an idea of the power of some of this content, okay? Whatever type of industry that you're in, whether it's weight loss, skincare, nutraceuticals, I can show you how I recruit reps into any business in 6 to 45 minutes, okay? And you would go to getspeedrecruiting.com, getspeedrecruiting.com. That'll give you an opportunity just to take a test drive, check things out. You may get that and say, hey, Darren, wow, that was phenomenal content. I want to be one of the 50 families. The third option is you can be one of the 50 families to get access, including it's either going to be a Super Saturday or Super Sunday. I wanted to put both up there. I haven't decided yet, quite frankly, but we'll send out an email, weeks before that happens. So you'll have plenty of time to be notified on that. But that's the next option. It's only $1,349, guys. And truthfully, that is the best value that you will ever find in our industry, hands down, okay? Some millionaire mentors for 3 days charge $25,000, okay? Some of them are friends of mine, and they tell me that I am completely nutso to offer this, but we are in this for the people, and we have dozens and dozens and dozens of rags to riches stories of people that have gone through this content and stepped into their power and stepped into their greatness. So remember, the deadline is Sunday, November 11th, midnight PST for the first group, okay? For the first group. So if you're serious, now is your chance to create financial freedom for you and your family. Now, I can tell you this, guys, and I'm saying this from over 30 years of being an entrepreneur. I'm saying this from helping transform and train tens of thousands of people over the course of my career. Once you learn these strategies, once you learn about how to create the clones, once you learn how to be able to make money while you sleep, once you learn how to create value to your buyer, you will literally never have to worry about money ever again. You can make money on demand, okay? On demand from anywhere in the world. No joke. Now, I promised that I was going to give you a special gift tonight. My training manual, when you read it, you will really see the power of value, okay? The power of value. And if you go to darrenlittle.com, there's a pop-up that comes up, and that you can just opt in, and it will be sent out in an email, right? So make sure you put the right email in, otherwise nothing will be sent. But opt in, get a copy of the training manual, and that is my gift to you. It's valued at $197, and it will literally fast track your career by 3 to 5 years. No joke, okay? So you can get started now popping $1,000 commissions, guys. The funding mechanism is the way. It is a 7-figure model versus the debt model. And if you're currently on the debt model, I'm telling you, you are missing the boat when it comes to marketing. No joke. You're being taken down the wrong path with the wrong leaders. This is the way that you can really change your life, okay? And it's only $1,349, and it's over $23,000 worth of value, guys. So let's go back here. Let's take a quick peek. Okay, so welcome back here, guys. Welcome back. You know, the thing that I'm going to put out to you is that if you've shown up here tonight, okay, obviously you came for a reason, okay? Obviously you're here. You showed up because Mondays don't suck, guys, okay? It's your job. That's really the truth. And a lot of people, what they do is they're on a path, and we as human beings, just so you know, we're creatures of habit. And people have a mortgage payment and the car payment, and they got kids' school, and they get stuck here in this rut, and they can't get out. They can't get out because they got responsibilities to pay for, right? This strategy that we do, I typically tell people, make your first goal to match your current income. Okay, that should be your goal. Now, if you're making $3,000 to $5,000 a month, that's not a lot of sales, guys. It's only, you know, three to five sales in an entire month. That's your first goal. Okay. The second goal, once you match, is to double your income. Now, once you're at double your income, then you can make a decision if you want to take the exit right there. Okay. But it does not take more than 90 days. Okay. So some of my students have actually done it in 30 days. There's one student right now. He just turned, I think, 22 years old. His very first month, he made $23,000, okay, US, okay, 22 years old. So guys, I'm excited for you. I am fired up. Throw your hat over the wall. Click that link below, guys, and get ready to change your life forever. My name is Darren Little from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side, guys. Have a great day. All the best.